So before learning the actual Java 8 features, let's understand why Java 8 is so important and why every Java developer should use the Java 8 features in their project. Okay, so first important point here is that Java 8 support functional programming. Functional programming, which means you can write your code in more concise and readable format. So Java 8 mostly work on creating the immutable object rather than mutable object, because mutable object cause problem in your project and immutable object can easily be transferred from one place to another in your application without being getting changed. Next point we have here is Java 8 uses methods as a first class citizen. So what is the meaning of that? That you can use as methods like a variables, and you can pass around in the method argument also. So we let's see one of the examples which I have taken from the Java 8 code is like we have defined one lambda here, like this is the lambda expression. So it is taking one input and it is converting that input into the uppercase, and I am using one functional interface which is taking one string as an argument and giving the same string as a result here. Okay, as a result here. So you can pass this variable to any of the other method argument, or you can use it directly to show the result. So this is the way Java 8 uses method as a first class citizens. And don't worry about these things, what is function interface and what is this lambda expression. I will cover these in our later tutorials. Let's see our next point. So Java 8, this is the most important, that Java 8 support declarative programming. So in comparison to imperative programming, Java 8 supports declarative programming. What is declarative programming? That we will see in our next slide. So prior to Java 8, programmer focus on imperative programming, but after that, after Java 8 comes, then we need to focus on this declarative programming. So let's see the difference between imperative programming and declarative programming with the help of examples in our next slides. So imperative programming versus declarative programming. So let's see the difference between these two. Imperative programming is this one, which focuses on the operations or steps to get a required result. Okay, so basically it focuses on the steps, whereas declarative programming focus on the result, not on the steps to how you will get those results. Okay. Second point, and it work on with the mutable object. Imperative programming mostly work with the mutable object, whereas declarative programming works mostly on the mutable object. And we will see examples of these two. Okay, so this is the theoretical part. Let's move on to the some of the Java programs which gives a clear idea what is imperative programming and what is declarative programming. So let me open my Eclipse to show you the difference between these imperative programming and declarative programming. Okay, so I have created one project here, like learn Java 8 by coding, because mostly we are going to focus on the coding part in this course. So, and I've created one class imperative programming versus declarative programming, and I've created one main method in it. So first we will take one use case, like we need to calculate a sum of first 100 numbers. Okay. First 100, let's say natural numbers. All right. So first we will see how we can so we will uh, we will code this use case in both programming style. Like first we will do in the imperative programming style, and then we will use declarative programming style. So in the imperative programming style, what programmer used to do is they will create one some variable, initialize it with a zero, then we'll start with the for loop, and this for loop will go till 100, because we have to calculate till 100, and I plus plus, then sum equals plus equal I. Okay, it will calculate the sum value. Then we will display it here, and this is like imperative style of programming. Okay, and the sum value. Now we will see the declarative programming style. So in the declarative programming style, we have one int stream provided by Java 8 int stream dot. Then we will have this range method, range closed. We will take this one range closed, and we'll start from 0 to 100, and we will perform this sum here. Okay, so this is like very high level example. Don't worry, we will explain all the stream classes and their respective methods in future tutorials. But this example is just to show you what is the difference between imperative programming and declarative programming. Okay, so focus on that part. Don't focus on these things. Um, these I will explain later. Okay. Now we will assign it into a local variable like sum2. Okay. Now we will print this one, and in the system.out.println we will write declarative style of programming. Okay, sum2, and we will save this one and we'll run this one as a Java application. Okay, so as you can see, the result is same, but the number of steps taken in the imperative programming and the number of steps taken in the declarative programming. So if you will see our last slide, right? Last slide, the first point was that imperative programming focus on the operations or step to get a result. Means it is focusing on the steps to get a result, but declarative programming focus on the result, not the steps, which we have seen here directly. That we are not focusing on the steps, how it is calculating. We are not bothering about that. Just we are taking the result directly from this statement and we are printing out. But here we need to focus on the steps also, how we are going to calculate the sum. Okay, but here we are not focusing on that part. So this is the main difference between imperative programming and declarative programming. So let's take another use case of removing duplicate from array list or a list. Removing duplicates from list. Okay, so first we will create one list. For this one list we will create from util package of integers. Okay, and I will call it integer list, then arrays dot as list, and I will pass values here. The values will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, and then again 2 for the duplication, 7, 9, this. So this list we have created. Now we will see how we can remove duplicates from this list, from the integer list, using both imperative programming and declarative programming. Okay, so first I will comment it like im uh, sorry imperative programming. In the imperative programming, first we will create one list which will hold our results. Okay, so it's integer and it's let's call it unique list. Unique list will be array list. Okay. So what we will do is we will first for loop do for each, and for each for this this integer list we will take element of this and we will store take integer, and if our unique list dot contain that integer value, if our unique list is not containing that integer value, then only add in the unique list dot add the integer. Okay, and we will print our result here. I will copy and paste this line to here, and it will print the unique list. The same thing how we will do in the declarative programming. Declarative programming. Okay, so let's suppose we have this tag integer list, right? So the integer list, we will call it one stream method, which will convert it into the stream, and we will find out the distinct value, right? But we need to find distinct value, and we will collect it into a list. Collectors dot to list, and we'll assign this value to our unique uh, let's say results list, unique results, and we will print these. So this is like declarative, what, the style of programming, right? Okay, and we will print it out. So let's see the result, and then we will compare these code run as Java application. So see the result is same from both the operations. But in the imperative programming, you can see the number of steps, and in the declarative programming, this is so which is more readable here? This is more readable, and this is like less readable. We have to understand, yeah, like from each line, we have to understand the logic, and then we have to analyze it, and then the process. Okay, but here in the same line, this code is itself readable and telling you what I'm doing here, okay, with the name. So that's why declarative programming is more used nowadays, and Java 8 focuses more on this one rather to this one. And also in the multi-threaded environment, if you will run the same code, then the performance will be degraded in comparison to this code. Okay, so all right, guys, means hope you guys clearly understand the difference between these imperative programming and declarative programming. So in whole video series, we will more focus on the declarative programming, and we see all the examples of Java 8 by using this one because it's focused on this one only. So let's meet in the next video where we will start our functional interfaces introduction. Hope you like the video, and please subscribe my channel, guys. Thank you.